I want to give you a tangible, real test you can run with your own team this week. It takes about an hour, and this test will tell you whether or not your company is actually aligned or just really good at looking aligned in meetings. Because those two things are very different, and a lot of the leaders I work with have a difficult time telling them apart. Here's what alignment theater looks like. Marketing and sales sit in the same quarterly business review. Everybody's nodding at the same slides, the funnel chart goes up and to the right, the decks all use the same words, and on paper, it looks like a well-oiled machine. But then you follow an actual customer through the whole thing, and the machine falls apart in your hands. So here's the test. It's 3 questions, run them in order. Question number 1. Pull your best performing ad or landing page, write down the exact promise it makes. The real one, not the tagline, the thing the customer believes is about to happen in their life or their business. Question 2. Now pull that first email the same customer gets the day after they buy. The onboarding message, the welcome sequence in Klaviyo or HubSpot. Read it right next to the promise from question 1. Do they tell the same story? In my experience, most of the time, they do not even sound like the same company. The ad sold transformation, the onboarding email sent some password reset and a link to the knowledge base. The acquisition story was a movie, the post-purchase story was a receipt. And that gap right there is the most expensive gap in your business. And it never shows up on a single dashboard. Question 3, and this is the one that will probably sting a bit. Go ask 3 of your best customers why they stayed. Not why they bought, but why they stayed. And then go ask 3 customers who left why they walked. If the people who stayed describe a different company than the one your marketing describes, you do not have a brand. You have an ad budget. And here's why that matters more than almost anything you're measuring. Awareness today is cheap. Anybody with a credit card can buy attention. You make the whole market aware of you by Friday if you want to. Awareness is not the moat it was 10 years ago. Preference is the new moat. Preference is a customer who has every other option and keeps choosing you anyway. And preference does not come from a clever campaign. It comes from that acquisition story and the lived experience being the same story from start to finish. And the brands that retain like crazy, the Patagonias, Chick-fil-A's, Costco's of the world, the ones people genuinely defend in an argument, are not running better funnels than you are. They tell one story the whole way through. What they promise in the ad is what they feel in the box, on the call, at the renewal. It's one story, there is no scene. Most companies tell one story to get the customer and a completely different story to keep them. Then they spend a fortune on retention software, trying to patch a gap they opened at the very first touch. You can't gain sight your way out of a broken promise. So run this test. The ad promise, the onboarding email, the stay or leave interviews, and lay them all 3 side by side. If they tell different stories, your problem was never retention. Your problem is that nobody owns the thread that should run through it all. Same story from the first ad to the 5th renewal. That's not branding. That's the entire bus. Stand out.